Hi, welcome to the reading. In today's reading, you can pick from pile 1 or pile 2. Hi, if you pick the witch, pile number 1, then this is your reading. In today's reading, I wanted to ask your spirit guides, what can you expect this coming Halloween? One thing that was coming in for this pile, because it is a witch, I was getting this feeling of healing the witch wound or healing an ancestral witch wound, like you in a past life or your ancestors practice witchcraft or folk magic or something like that, and they may have been condemned at that time, or maybe they had their own intuitive abilities and people feared that from them, and maybe they had to be silenced or they hid away their abilities. And I feel like if you chose this pile, one thing that your spirit guides want you to know is that you are part of this healing of this witch wound, the healing of your intuitive abilities, or I'm hearing like practicing herbalism or like healing yourself holistically, even like with herbs or things that were passed down to you through your ancestors, through your heritage, that maybe other people in your family, like before you didn't practice, but now you are openly practicing. And because you're openly practicing these things, it's like healing the lineage of your family. And for some of you, that could also be not healing your family, but like I said, like a past life where you're healing a part of yourself that was silenced in a past life. Okay, I'm going to pull from these everyday witch cards, which seems appropriate for this pile. This card wants to come out. Go with the flow. Pull one more. This one wants to come out. Put these where there's not such a glare on the cards. Go with the flow, hibernation and regeneration, and listening to wisdom. Now, right away with this listening to wisdom card, I'm picking up that like ancestral knowledge again of your listening to your spirit guides, you're listening to your ancestors, and you're bringing in these lost traditions, and that your ancestors are so proud of you for doing this, for like picking up these practices again, these things that are tied to your heritage. And I know that this card is meant to be like a self-care card, hibernation and regeneration of resting and like taking a breather, but and that is probably a message for someone, but I am reading this as like these hidden gemstones of magic and intuition and intuitive abilities that you've unearthed, that you've like dug up. Because I feel this person is in a cave and you can see like the tree roots coming down. And the tree roots remind me of like a family tree, and that these gemstones, these minerals are connected to your family line. It is magic that you've unearthed. And I feel like you are being helped by your ancestors and by your spirit guides, with them sending messengers and things to help you in signs and symbols. Like that's why I'm connected to this crow. Like maybe you've been seeing crows, or crows are a symbol for you. Like when you see a crow, you think of your ancestors, like it's your ancestors calling out to you. And with this go with the flow card, I'm drawn to the weeping willow tree in the card. I have another deck. I think it's called like the tea leaves fortune cards. And in that deck, there's a card that is a willow tree and it says family matters. So again, I feel like this is really tied to your family line and gifts within your family line, and that you are the person in your family line that is bringing these gifts back. And this person, they are in the flow with nature, and that could be like the possible tie to herbalism or like holistic living, like you are tied to nature, like you found the healing benefits of nature in a world where that's often ignored, the healing power of nature. This pile feels very like earthy and very like connected to the earth, and you find healing with the earth, with Mother Gaia, with going on walks, or I just saw it in my head paddleboarding. Someone may like to paddleboard, like connecting with the water, kayaking, canoeing. And I'm drawn to the cattails in this card, and oddly enough, they make me think of the show The Golden Girls, um, where Sophia calls Dorothy Pussycat all the time. Like she's calling her daughter Pussycat. And again, it's that like family connection. There's something about a family connection for this pile. And now I'm hearing when Sophia would say, picture it, Sicily. And that's, I kind of feel like that's, you are that person in your family where you are the one passing down those stories, passing down the magical gifts or things that you have learned from your heritage. I'm thinking of books like there's one called like Italian folk magic, Appalachian folk magic, or Pennsylvania Dutch. They had a lot of different rituals, but things like that, like things that were just lost through time. But you are like the keeper of it, and spirit showing me like someone that's a scribe, like almost like a monk that would record the records, and like that's what you are, digging up these treasures. And I feel like this Halloween, one of the things that you can expect is this closer connection to your ancestors and to your spirit guides, helping you make these magical connections. Like through your practices, they will give you the intuitive hits to help you in like whatever decision is coming up for you. And I'm being drawn to the blanket in this card, and I feel like spirit is saying you have like a cloak of magic over you at this time. Like you can rest, like this girl, like all these people in these cards, they all have their eyes closed. They're all tuning in, and I feel like you can rest in that you can trust your intuition at this time. And you can trust that your spirit guides are there for you and that they're listening and they're helping you. And that's like an incredible ability that you have. And going back to this witch wound, I feel that at times people have shamed you for this, where other people may have projected on you that you weren't thinking logically, or your gut feeling was wrong, or like, why would you listen to your intuition? Like, when the evidence, the logical thinking mind is saying one thing, but your intuition and your gut instinct is telling you another, and you follow your gut instinct, and other people are kind of looking at you like, have you lost it? And maybe shaming you for that, but you know in your heart that it's right because you're slowing down and you're taking the time to go within and listen. That's what all these people are doing. They are slowing down, like go with the flow. They are listening to their intuition. And that's a real gift to be able to do that. And I feel like so many people can't or won't do that. Like they can't sit and just be in their thoughts. And this feels also like very much in the feminine energy of listening and waiting rather than the masculine of doing, doing, doing. So, this coming Halloween, your spirit guides are also encouraging you to wait for the information. Maybe don't act impulsively. It's like like waiting and rising above so you can see the whole picture more clearly rather than trying to make a decision with little bits and pieces of information. Because I feel like when you sit and you connect in, you're able to see things from spirit's perspective, see things from a larger picture, and then make a decision that's more connected to your heart space rather than a decision out of fear or impatience or something like that. And I'm getting this impression of like someone on a hamster wheel or someone like running, going. And that could also be your thoughts, your mind, and your spirit guides are encouraging you to just take a breath and slow everything down. Slow everything down to connect. Because again, like you have that gift. You have that gift of intuition and that ability to connect down and to ground down into the earth and tune into these like deeper parts of yourself. So I hope this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. If you made it to the end of the reading, maybe leave a comment of your favorite Halloween candy. I hope you have a happy Halloween and a wonderful and blessed day. Bye. Hi, if you picked pile number 2, this is your reading. In today's reading, I wanted to ask your spirit guides about what you can expect this Halloween. So if you picked a jack-o'-lantern, the first thing spirit is showing me is a long time ago when I was a little kid in like the early 90s. I was in dance class and my dance instructor every Halloween would put on this really old record of this Halloweeny song about a jack-o'-lantern. And I cannot remember the name of the song. I wish I could, but it was a song about a pumpkin. It was like a pumpkin is a pumpkin or something like that. And the song was about taking this pumpkin and like scooping out the insides and turning it into a jack-o'-lantern. Spirit is showing me that metaphor where you have went inside yourself. You have purged out like the insides and brought light into yourself. Like you brought light into the dark places. Like how a when you cut out the shapes in a pumpkin and it lets the light inside the pumpkin. That is something that you have been doing for a long time. Doing this inner work, taking all that yucky, slimy pumpkin pulp and like cleaning out the inside. Metaphorically, of course. So for this pile, I feel called to use a couple different decks than the first pile. This is the Halloween Tarot. Two of Pentacles. Okay, that's like about balance. I'll pull a couple more cards. Temperance, which is also about being in balance. And then Eight of Pentacles is on the bottom. I feel called to take that one. I feel what Spirit is trying to tell you with these cards. I'm getting this feeling of you have balanced your energy. And that's what's really interesting is like with this Temperance card, it's like the pumpkin is being cleaned out. Like its insides are coming out. And the Eight of Pentacles coming out in this reading tells me that you have become a master at balancing this energy. And this could be like your feminine and masculine energy that you've balanced. And I'm also hearing the energy between body and mind, like body, mind, and spirit, like it's all balanced out. Like it's very even keel. Like you are the skeleton on the unicycle and you are balanced enough to like keep the wheel going. And it's because you've done all this inner work of bringing that light into the dark areas of your personality or some people use shadows, like bringing your shadows to the light. And because you've done this inner work, this like inner spiritual work, you have become a more balanced person. And so when life throws these obstacles at you, like say someone threw these pumpkins at the skeleton, they're able to take them and balance the situation to remain even keeled and to even create something beautiful out of it. And Spirit is telling me like making lemons and a lemonade. Like you take these situations and you weave something magical out of it. And so maybe in October, like during Halloween, a situation may come up where to someone else it might seem like an obstacle, but to you, it's almost a gift because you're able to take that and turn it into something beautiful. And now they're showing me the story of Cinderella and the fairy godmother, where the fairy godmother took a pumpkin and turned it into this beautiful carriage. And I feel like you have the power to do stuff like that, where you can take something ordinary and mundane and turn it into something absolutely magical. And Spirit is saying to honor that about yourself, honor your magic, honor that creative energy that you have, honor the positivity that you show and the ability to balance even difficult things. And rainbows may be a sign for you. Like your spirit guides may connect to you through rainbows. I'm getting that from this like temperance card. And I'm just getting the energy in this reading of like I think they call it whimsigoth now, where back when I was a kid it was just the 90s style of like celestial moons and stuff. But this temperance card is making me think of like the old beaded curtains from the 70s and they like came back in the 90s. So I feel like Spirit is highlighting this fun childlike energy that you have, like this whimsicothic energy, and to really celebrate yourself in that. Like even in this Two of Pentacles, the skeleton's like making a game out of balancing these pumpkins. And I feel like that's what you do. You're just this master of fun and creativity. And if I'm saying these things and you're like, that is not me at all, I feel like that is a message for you to, well, Spirit is saying to chill out, like to have more fun, to see the fun in something that may be a challenging at the time, to bring more balance to the situation. Like if you are working a lot, if you are in this 8 of Pentacles energy, to balance out that work with play. So that may be like the alternate message for someone that has picked that pile because it is like a large collective of people that could be clicking on this. But even so, I feel like the message remains true that you are that creative, fun person. And even if you don't feel like it right now, it's because you've been ignoring that part of you. And it's not that it's not there, it's just that you haven't tapped into it in so long. And maybe that's kind of why this reading in general popped up with like I printed out these old Halloween decorations and I have Halloween candy and I just tried to make this reading like a little fun. And I tried to make this reading just a little fun visually to tap into that like fun childlike energy of Halloween. So that may be a message you need to hear right now to embrace the fun and the festivities and like everything that makes Halloween an enjoyable holiday, to kind of let loose and balance that like work play energy in your life. Scarecrow 34. Remember that you are not alone. Move with confidence as you are guided. In 34, 3 plus 4 is 7, and 7 is connected to spirituality for me. And so I feel Spirit is telling you, like, we are with you. We know that you're working hard, and we are supporting you in this decision to, like, take some time for yourself, to have a little fun. And you may also be here from pile number 1 because I'm being drawn to the crows. So if you felt called to watch pile number 1, there may be a message for you there too. But also the sunflowers in the cards. The sunflowers are reminding me this of the sun in tarot, of like the little child living joyously. And again, it's that like fun energy. Okay, I'm gonna read from the guidebook. Keywords: guardian, you have help, support. And right away, Spirit is telling me like if you let some things fall, Like, if you allow yourself more time, like, if you take away time from a task that you felt like you have to do and prioritize doing something fun for yourself, that you will be supported in that decision. It says your higher self chose this card because you need to be reminded that you are being looked after, taken care of, and protected. You may feel as though there are many dangers lurking about, and while they may be near, they will have very little impact on your life as a whole. You can move forward with your plans knowing a favorable outcome is in your near future. You may feel the presence of your spiritual guardians through a sudden feeling of warmth spreading through your body, a tingling on the back of your neck, or a sense of peace as though suddenly all your troubles have been washed away. Trust in the cosmic forces and know that the timing may not be what you're expecting, but it will always be right on time. Scarecrow may also present itself to you when you have been facing a particularly difficult situation that seems too great to face on your own. Receiving this card is your confirmation that physical help is on the way and you won't have to struggle for much longer. You may receive an unexpected windfall, a call from someone offering support, a chance encounter, or a life changing opportunity. Affirmation: I move with ease, knowing all is as it should be. I walk in confidence, knowing all is as it should be. And I feel like that is also your guides giving you a permission slip to not worry. That they are saying, give us that worry, give us that anxiety, give us those difficulties. Like, we will help you carry those. Like, we will help you stay balanced, like, to lighten your load. And I'm seeing that in like the Two of Pentacles card here with a skeleton. It's kind of like the skeleton is raising up the jack o' lanterns and saying, here, take these. Like, take these out of my hands. And if you allow that in, if you ask for help and you allow yourself to receive that help, they will help you. And I feel like they are reassuring you in this reading that your spirit guides and your guardian angels will come to your aid. Okay, and this card came out. Apothecary cabinet. Without practice, without befriending them, they are strangers in your path. And the guidebook says keywords, tools, hard work. Your higher self chose this card because your journey is just beginning. Even if it feels as though you have walked this road for ages, there are skills, resources, or tools you need before you can begin the work of calling in those big dreams. Your soul has selected this card to gently encourage you to be honest about where you are in your journey and what's realistically needed to begin to see results. All transformation begins with awareness, and starting where you are is the first step towards a radical shift in your situation. Your life could be completely different 6 months from now with the right tools at your disposal and a willingness to do the work. So I feel this card came up in your reading because I feel you have already done this work. Like I channeled in the beginning about like digging out all that pumpkin, like doing the inner work. I feel like this card came out to point to you that you have done this. You have opened up all these tools and you have these tools now at your disposal and you have gone through this big transformation, and that's again why they were showing me like the pumpkin turning into this big carriage. Like, you've done this inner work and you have tapped into all these magical things that you now have. And I'm hearing like maybe when you are doubting yourself, to go to your guides, like with this scarecrow card. When you are lacking that confidence, go to your guides, ask them for help. Remember all these tools that you have because of all the work that you've done. And like what you can expect this Halloween and like moving forward is to bring in that magic into your life. And Spirit is saying like creative genius. Like, you are a creative genius. Like, you don't even understand how powerful you are at like creating things. And whether that is like creating things, like manifesting things into your life, or literally creating things, like like a meal or arts or engineering, and they're showing me like inventions and stuff, like patents, and like you literally take nothing and turn it into something. So I hope you take the time to like acknowledge yourself and acknowledge your gifts, because your spirit guides are doing that. Like they're cheering you on and they want you to know how special you are and to celebrate yourself. And that could also be that calling to have more fun in celebrating you. So I hope this reading has brought you some clarity today. And if you made it this far, leave a comment and tell me what your favorite Halloween candy is. I hope you have a fantastic Halloween, and I'm wishing you a wonderful and blessed day. Bye.